Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Windsor Family Credit Union Sports Park here on the campus of St. Clair College and the OCAA Women's Softball Championships. My name is Mark Knight, and this is Game 4, where we have the host team, St. Clair Saints, matching up against the Conestoga Condors. Conestoga upset the Fanshawe Falcons yesterday in Game 2 by a score of 2-1. The St. Clair Saints earned their spot in today's game with a 17-1 record and a first-place finish in the regular season. Let's have a look at the Conestoga Condors batting order. Starting off, Cassie Leader playing shortstop. Batting second is right fielder Mckenna Ross Porter. At center field, batting third, Kennedy Schnarr. The designated player batting fourth is Alexis Volkmar. Batting fifth left field is Marin Delaney. At third base, Emily Brooks. Batting seventh, the pitcher, Tanis Hall. Batting eighth, first base, Sierra Sheehy. And batting ninth at second base, Jessica McLean. Our catcher is Haley Breen. Defensively for St. Clair, catching is Erskine. At first base is Shabai. Second base, Valenga. Third base is Cowan. Shortstop is Murphy. Right fielder, we have Allman. Center field, we have LaFleur. And left field is Lachance. Pitching today for St. Clair is the OCAA All-Star and Player of the Year, number 14, Amy Clayton. Amy Clayton in 10 games with 9 starts. Win-loss record of 7-1, 0 saves, but an ERA of 2.03. 41.1 innings pitched, 8 walks, and 44 strikeouts. Great numbers for the OCAA Player of the Year and All-Star. The Saints have 4 All-Stars in the lineup today. Shaylyn Murphy, Judy LaFleur, and Julia Brusso round out the 4. The weather conditions here today in Windsor, Ontario at the St. Clair College Sports Park, 9 degrees Celsius, feels like 8, a light 9-kilometer-an-hour wind, gusts up to 14 kilometers an hour. Humidity is a comfortable 49%, a few clouds, and they say there's a 0% chance of rain, and that's what I like the best. Lots of blue, a little bit of white, a perfect day for some women's softball, and a perfect day to continue on with the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships here at St. Clair College. The home team, St. Clair College Saints, are giving their obligatory high fives around Amy Clayton, the starting pitcher, and Cassie Leader steps up for the Conestoga Condors. Cassie plays shortstop. Takes the first pitch, swing, fouls it away. Strike one. Cassie Leader in 18 games this season, 24 for 64, batting .375 with 12 RBIs, and she is an OCAA All-Star for the Conestoga Condors. Low pitch, swung on, 1-2. Ducking away from that one off the bat, foul down the right field line. And you can see here in the replay, it's just kind of head protection. And she gets her swing in there to start off with a nice K for Amy Clayton. Cassie Leader goes down. 1 out. And here's the pitch. That's the foul off. Mckenna Ross, right fielder. In 17 games, she's 6 for 36. Takes a cut at the first pitch, 0-1. Well, that one got away. Emily Erskine off the top of her glove. Back to the backstop. 1-1 on Mckenna Ross. You see some of the Saints hoodies in the background. Here cheering on their team. In for a strike 1-2. Good fan base here at St. Clair College. Down low, Amy Clayton mixing them up. 2-2 the count. Just outside of the booth, you can really hear the fans cheering. Fouled back. Some of the fans are cheering for Conestoga, but most are cheering for the hometown Saints. And there you see the word Saints on a lot of the shirts and hats. In the dirt for a full count, Mckenna Ross. Looking for something juicy to get her to first base. There it is. Good hit. Down the third baseline. Over to Shaylyn Murphy. Nice throw. And that's why she's Rookie of the Year for the St. Clair Saints. Down the line through third base. Shaylyn Murphy there to back up. Third base. Throws a strike to first base, and she gets Mckenna Ross. That's hit hard into the glove of second base. Reaching back. Great catch. Sarah Valenga comes down with that one. You watch on the replay. She gets a little over her head, but she reaches and comes down with it. So they go up 1-2-3. Kennedy Schnarr rounds off the inning for the Conestoga Condors quickly. He swings at the first pitch, right into the glove of Sarah Valenga. Conestoga Condors lining up for a ritual as they line up on the base paths. And the batting order for the St. Clair Saints includes shortstop Shaylyn Murphy, center fielder Judy Lafleur. Our pitcher today, Amy Clayton, is batting third. Julia Brusso is the designated player. Emily Erskine is catching, batting fifth. In right field, we have Paige Allman batting sixth. Batting seventh, playing third base, Raya Cowan. And at second base, batting eighth, that player that just made that great catch, Sarah Valenga. Tiana Lachance is batting ninth in left field, and Riley Shabai at first base is our flex player today. Defensively for the Condors, Sheehy catching. Pitcher on first base, McClellan at second, Delaney at third, and Leader at shortstop. Brooks in left field, Schnarr in center field, and Ross Porter in right field to round out the Condors. Pitching today for the Condors is Tanis Hall, and there you see her right there on the mound. In 9 games, 9 starts, 0-7 win-loss, 0 saves, a 7.22 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 18 walks, but only 16 strikeouts. So she's got some work ahead of her here against these St. Clair Saints.
St. Clair Saints, the shortstop, number 28, Shaylyn Murphy.
Leading off for the Saints is Shaylyn Murphy playing shortstop, OCAA All-Star, Rookie of the Year. This season in 18 games, 34 for 69, batting .493. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. And there's a reason why she's Rookie of the Year. This young lady can make things happen. Hit hard to third base, over to first. Pulled off the bag, she's safe at first.
Now batting for the Saints, the center fielder, number 18, Judy Lafleur.
One hop to third, down the line. Throws it a little bit high and draws first base off the bag. Shaylyn Murphy in safely at first base to start the inning. Judy Lafleur, another OCAA All-Star. Looks to fake bunt. Shaylyn Murphy safely to second base. As I said, she can make things happen with the bat on defense and on the base paths. Nice pitch outside. Good throw to second, but Murphy's just a little too quick for the throw, and she's safely at second base. No out. Runner on second, Judy Lafleur. 1-0. Takes a second pitch outside. 2-0. Down the middle for a strike. Amy Clayton on deck for the St. Clair. Shaylyn Murphy was looking to go, and the shortstop was following her along the base paths, but she held up. 3-1. Tanis Hall concentrating on the batter, throws 4 balls, and Judy LaFleur is safely at first with a base on balls. St. Clair Saints pitcher Amy Clayton, OCAA All-Star and Player of the Year, 18 games, 33 for 61 at the plate, batting .541. And runners advance on a wild pitch. So Shaylyn Murphy's now at third, Judy LaFleur is at second. And Clayton is in for a count of 1-0. Swung on down the line, pulled foul. You can see the Saints fans cheering on Amy Clayton. Swung on, popped up. Short right field in the glove. Quick throw to home. Not in time to get Shaylyn Murphy, though. Run scores. Sacrifice fly for Amy Clayton. She advances her team on the scoreboard. As you watch here. Well hit. Up to right center. Right fielder calls it off. Makes the catch and an excellent throw. But not quite enough for the speed of Shaylyn Murphy. Julia Brusso, the 4th All-Star in a row to come to the plate for the St. Clair Saints. She's a designated player today in 18 games, 22 for 52, batting .423, 1 home run with 13 RBIs. And she quickly gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Tanis Hall having trouble getting the ball over the plate here. (3-0). 4 straight, base on balls.
Now batting for the Saints, the catcher number 33, Emily Erskine.
The Saints have runners at the corners. Judy LaFleur is on third base. Julia Brusso is on first base. And the catcher, Emily Erskine, comes up. And in 13 games, she's 3 for 17 with a .176 batting average, 2 RBIs, and does a great job behind the plate for the St. Clair Saints. Takes the first pitch. Second base runs in to cut off the throw. And Julia Brusso easily steals second base. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2. Bottom of the first, 1 out. St. Clair on the board. 1 run, Shaylyn Murphy. Hit down third base line. Foul ball. Great camera work by the team here at We Digital to catch all those well-placed softballs as they move around the diamond. Had one home run in Game 3 and looking for a couple here in Game 4. In the dirt, 1-2. Tennis Hall mixing them up here. Evens the count at 2. Emily Erskine waiting for hers. Down the middle swing. And she gets her swinging.
Now batting for the Saints, the right fielder, number 16, Paige Allman.
Paige Allman steps into the batter's box playing right field today. Takes a cut at the first pitch down the middle. In 14 games, she's 6 for 22, a .273 batting average. No home runs yet, but 4 RBIs on the season. Catcher sets up outside. Off the end of the bat, through third. Gobbled up by shortstop. But that puts runners at the corners.
The third baseman, number 12, Raya Cowan.
So Judy LaFleur will come in to score. Julia Brusso makes her way to third. And that puts Paige Allman at first. Raya Cowan up 18 games, 16 for 52. 308's a batting average with 12 RBIs. Takes a strike, throw to second. Runner's not going. Swung on, hit deep. In the corner in left field. That scores 1. Might score 2, and there's a second runner across the plate. The St. Clair Saints are up 4-0 on a big hit by Raya Cowan. Deep in the corner in left field. The ball just kept pulling away, and the left fielder didn't give enough respect to Raya Cowan there as the ball bounces all the way to the wall. She does a good job of getting the ball back in, but not before 2 runs score. And the ball bounces around a little bit on the infield. Raya Cowan with a stand-up double. We got 2 outs for Sarah Valenga in an 18 game. She's 8 for 32, batting a square on .250. 9 RBIs. And she steps into the batter's box with her team up 4 runs already here in the bottom of the first inning. As you see the sign in the back, let's go Saints. She swings it, hits it down the third base line, bobbled by shortstop. Quick throw over to third base, and they catch Raya Cowan running from second to third, and that will wrap up the inning. So Raya Cowan is safe on a fielder's choice, but that wraps up the inning, but not before the St. Clair Saints score 4 runs on the Conestoga Condors. And that's where we sit after 1 full inning of play. The St. Clair Saints 4, Conestoga Condors no score yet. You're enjoying the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships on We Digital. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the St. Clair Saints official ball diamond here at St. Clair College as we are enjoying the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championship. You saw the scoreboard. At the end of 1, the St. Clair Saints lead the Conestoga Condors by a score of 4-0. Good bats, good running. And the St. Clair Saints jump out to the early lead. Conestoga Condors bring Alexis Volkmar to the plate, the designated player today. The Condors went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. as Amy Clayton performs some more of her magic that won her the OCAA Player of the Year. Two and 0. In just below the knees, ball 3. Alexis Volkmar in 16 games. She's 12 for 42, batting .286 and 6 RBIs. That one's in for a strike. As Amy Clayton brings it up just a touch. Just enough. Emily Erskine catches a strike. Fills the count up on Alexis Volkmar. Tight to the plate. Gets her swinging. Foul tip. Throw to first. She's out. Good heads-up play by Emily Erskine. As you watch here, foul tip, doesn't handle it cleanly, but an easy throw to first, and that'll wrap that up. Emily Brooks now for the Conestoga Condors in 10 games. She's 11 for 25, 3 RBIs and batting .440. Respectable numbers. She thought about it just outside, 1-1. Got her high and tight. She was swinging. 1-2. Hit down the right side. Nice catch by the right fielder. And Emily Brooks is out thanks to the glove of Paige Allman. As you watch here, she makes it all the way over the line. A little bit of sun, sporting the sunglasses, but makes the catch. Marin Delaney now. Swung on to Shaylyn Murphy. Quick throw to first base. And she throws a rocket. So Shaylyn Murphy's responsible for 2 putouts. And here's number 2. Hard hit to short. 2 hops into the glove, and she makes no mistake. Plants the feet. Good hard throw to first base. And the Condors go down 1-2-3 in the second inning. St. Clair Saints still lead by a score of 4-0. Don't forget, coming up, we're in Game 4 right now, but we've got Game 5 and 6 later on today. And the Humber Hawks are going to play the loser of today's game, and that game is a 4 o'clock start. Game 6, we have the Durham Lords are going to play the winner of today's game, and that game is at 6 o'clock. That's Game 6 on the roster. Moving over to tomorrow, Saturday, October 23rd, we have Game 7 scheduled at 10 o'clock, the bronze medal game, where it's the loser of Game 6 plays the winner of Game 5. And the loser will be awarded the bronze medal, and the winner moves on to play for the gold medal in Game 8 at 1 o'clock right here at the St. Clair College Sports Park. And you'll catch it all the action here on We Digital. So we're heading into the bottom half of the second inning. A nice shot of the St. Clair Saints dugout. Lots of smiles back there as they lead 4-0 in the first inning. And they're looking to pad their lead just a little bit here in the second.
Number 5, Tiana Lachance.
Tiana Lachance is up here in the second inning. 14 games. She's 12 for 34, batting .353. She has 6 RBIs on the season, lays down a nice bunt, go down to third base. Pitcher fields it, not in time. Tiana trips over the bag at first base. And here's the replay. Well placed. And Tanis Hall picks up the ball, throws it, but I'm not sure if she caught the foot or caught the bag, but she was there before the throw, and she is safely at first base. Shaylyn Murphy back up. Hometown girl from Windsor, Ontario, Rookie of the Year. Takes the first pitch. Quick throw to second base, and I think it might have saved the Condors a little bit there because it bounced off the umpire, John Schnook. Correction, make that Bob Dahl. Off the glove, off the umpire. And Tiana Lachance is safely at second. Shaylyn Murphy down to third. Throw over to first. The throw is wide. She makes the turn, heading to second. Shaylyn Murphy's going to third. Safe at third with a hit and an error. But that scores Tiana Lachance all the way from first. So that'll be a base hit and an error charge to the Condors on the overthrow to first base. And Shaylyn Murphy just powering it all the way to third. Hits the bag and takes a look. But the ball has made it back to the infield. Judy LaFleur is on deck. She goes back to the dugout looking for a little bit of coaching. Conestoga just having to talk here. Just settle things down a little bit. Make sure your throws.
Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. Pardon? Oh.
Judy LaFleur from Essex, Ontario. She's a first-year player with the St. Clair Saints. And an OCAA All-Star. Her second trip to the batter's box today. Reached first base on a base on balls and scored the second run of the game. Courtesy of a sacrifice fly by Amy Clayton and Julia Brusso and Paige Allman. Their bats working to drive her around.
17 out, 4 in. That's it? 15 out, 4 in? Yep. Straight up swap. Oh, look at that. I'm too good at it. You're good. Oh, don't get me started.
So Judy LaFleur is in the batter's box. First pitch from Tanis Hall outside. She takes one high, ball two. Bottom of two, no out. One run scored, runner on third. In for a strike. And you hear the crowd saying, "Ah," as Jeff Knoll, the home plate umpire, delays the strike call. That one's outside as the crowd cheers on the ball. 3-1 to LaFleur. Shaylyn Murphy on third. Takes a cut at it. Full count. There's a good shot of Shaylyn Murphy. Base hit. Advance to third. Fouled back. Sierra Sheehy into catching for the Condors. Gives the signs. Down the middle. High pop up to shortstop. She gloves it. Takes a look at Shaylyn Murphy, and she's not going. And there you see the catch. Sunlight on the face. but good glove at short. And Cassie Leader makes the catch. Amy Clayton in at the knees for a strike. Amy's from Cambridge, Ontario. She's in her 4th year. Well-seasoned player, 5'11". And as we said earlier, she's the OCAA Player of the Year. St. Clair Saints are very fortunate to have as many All-Stars on their team. Pitcher going after pitcher. 1-2 the count. One out. Runner still at third. In the dirt. Shaylyn Murphy was thinking about it. Amy Clayton said no. 2-2. Down at the knees, and she pulls that one foul, but she got a good cut at it. As you see, thumbs up by Shaylyn Murphy. Well, that was just. Shaylyn Murphy had to be heads up and get out of the way of that. But the thumb said, good hit, I'm good. Another one, down at the knees, digging out the low ones. Knocking them foul. I think Tanis Hall has figured out what Amy Clayton likes to swing at. There's a high fastball. It's going. It's going. It's over the fence. And Shaylyn Murphy is giving the round the bases signal as Amy Clayton knocks one out of the park. Shaylyn Murphy scores, and the St. Clair Saints are there at home plate to cheer on Amy Clayton, their pitcher, their home run hitter, and the OCAA Player of the Year, straightaway center field. And there it goes, over the wall. Julia Brusso steps in after that performance. She's from Lakeshore, Ontario. She knocks one out in the center field, out over second base, safely at first base. And the Saints are rolling. And there you see, touching the grass with it. Quick throw to the cutoff. And Julia Brusso safely at first base. Emily Erskine, the catcher now. She struck out her first trip to the plate. She's from Brampton, Ontario. Oh, and 1. Down at the knees, swinging. 1-1. Hit hard down third base line. Oh, and 2 the count. We're in the bottom of the second inning, 1 out. Runner at first. Hard hit down the third base line, just foul. Just out of the reach of the third baseman. And that's Maddie Hammer in playing third base. There's one over Hammer's head. Shortstop recovers. And Emily Erskine is safely at first base with a good hit there. You can see just over the glove of Maddie Hammer. But Julia Brusso stand up at second. Runners at first and second. Another hometown girl, Paige Allman from Windsor, Ontario, here playing for the St. Clair Saints. Goes after the first pitch. Barehanded by the shortstop and throws her out. Excellent play by the Condors to get the lead runner. And watch this, off the end of the bat. Off the glove, but she barehands it, flips it over the third just in time to get the force at third base. And Julia Brusso is out at third. So Paige Allman safe on the fielder's choice. Emily Erskine moves over to second base. Raya Cowan from LaSalle, Ontario, her third year with the team. Raya Cowan hit a double her last trip to the plate. Oh and 1. Sierra Sheehy held it long enough to get the called strike. 0 and 2. High fastball. Up and out of the park. Runners retreat back to their respective bases. Julia Brusso on second base. One and 2 to count to Raya Cowan. Oh, hit by the pitch.
Now, batting for the Saints, the second baseman, number 3, Sarah Valenga.
So that loads the bases for the St. Clair Saints as Sarah Valenga comes in. Sarah Valenga playing second base today. 2 outs. Sarah hails from Chatham, Ontario, her first year with the team. And she swings, puts that one off her inside leg. Limps out of the batter's box just a little bit. No real damage done. Back in for a second cut. Pops one up. That ball goes foul. And Jeff Knoll dishes out a new softball. 0 and 2 the count. She got out of the way of that one. I might have stood there and took the hit. Scored the run. Bases are loaded. 2 out. And she's dodging them. Hard hit to shortstop. Flip over to second base, and that'll retire the side. And we end the inning where we ended the first inning with Sarah Valenga at the bat. And that'll wrap things up for the second inning. And here you see. So at the end of 2, we're 7-0 for the St. Clair Saints, and you're watching the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships on We Digital. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sports Park, the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. St. Clair Saints lead the Conestoga Condors by a score of 7-0. And Amy Clayton dishes one in to Tanis Hall, and she fouls that into the dugout. Strike one. Oh, and 2 to Hall. Tanis Hall in 17 games is 11 for 43 for the Condors, batting .256 and 4 RBIs. Takes one on the hands. Swing third strike. Throw to first. And that will retire one more Condor.
Now batting for the Condors, the first baseman, number 15, Shaylyn Murphy.
Playing third base for the Condors. Correction, playing first base for the Condors. Shaylyn Murphy. And in 15 games this season, she's 3 for 24, batting .125 with 2 RBIs. Takes low, 1-1. Swing and a hit down the first baseline. Ball goes foul. 1-2. Amy Clayton set to go. Throws one high, and Shaylyn Murphy isn't biting. 2-2 the count. Fouls it back off the screen. Emily Erskine gives a sign, sets up outside. Well, I think Shaylyn Murphy was all set for that one, knowing it was going to be outside, and wasn't going. Oh, top corner. Nice pitch in there. And Shaylyn Murphy watches it go by. And you can see here it is. Quick call by Jeff Knoll. And that's a strikeout. Jessie McClellan for the Condors in 16 games is 13 for 40. Batting .325, takes a big cut at the first pitch. She's got 5 RBIs on on this season. 0-1. Inside pitch. Swinging. 0-2. Rising fastball. Got a little too high. McClellan lays off. 1-2. We're in the top of the third. 2 out for the Condors. Nobody on base. And Amy Clayton is mixing them up. McClellan set. Swing fouls off the chest of Emily Erskine. Still 2-2. Emily Erskine is rubbing her chest and smiling, and her teammates are smiling with her, and they're really not sure what to make of that. And he gets her swinging. And that's another K for Amy Clayton. 3 innings, 3 up, 3 down. Much more of the same as Clayton continues to control this game. As the Condors go on defense, they're down 7 runs here in the Game 4 of the OCAA Women's Softball Championships. There's the 2021 standings. You can see the Conestoga Condors finished the regular season at 6-12, and the St. Clair Saints finished at 17-1. And if you've been paying close attention to this game, you can see some of the plays that the Saints are making that got them to 17-1. The only game they lost was to the Fanshawe Falcons, and the Fanshawe Falcons had Pitcher of the Year. And she was here last night and had a wonderful outing, 17 strikeouts. But it wasn't enough. And the Fanshawe Falcons were eliminated. But here we have the Conestoga Condors and the St. Clair Saints battling it out to see who moves on to later play. And the Condors get up, set to go for defense.
St. Clair Saints, the left fielder, number 5, Tiana Lachance.
So Tiana Lachance steps up for the St. Clair Saints from South Woodley, Ontario. She's in her 3rd year with the St. Clair Saints. She scored a run her last at-bat. On a base hit. Hit down the third base line. Coach Wiseman fields that ball. Foul, of course. Strike 1. High and tight. Called strike. Jeff Knoll has a rather gratuitous strike zone today. Chopper to third base, but she runs it out. Excellent base running there by Tiana Lachance. So Tiana Lachance starts the inning off with a base hit. Good hit, but better base running, and no play at first with the speed of Tiana Lachance. Shaylyn Murphy now. Was thinking about it, running a little high. She's 0 for 2 so far. 2 runs, stolen base. Hit hard. Out to left field. It gets past the left fielder. Shaylyn Murphy goes to second. Comes in, hits the cutoff.
Now back for the Saints, the center fielder, number 18, Judy Lafleur.
That puts Tiana Lachance at third. As you see the ball hit out to left field. Bobbled there. Lachance goes to third, and Shaylyn Murphy to second base. Judy Lafleur now. No out. Runners at second and third. We'll see if she's thinking sacrifice. Catcher calling for a high fastball. Wasn't biting. 2-0. They've got room to put her on first if they need to, but I'm not sure the best play because Amy Clayton's up after Lafleur, and she knocked her last ball out of the park. So they have to be aware of the on-deck circle. But they put her on base anyway.
Now batting for the Saints, the pitcher, number 14, Amy Clayton.
So the St. Clair Saints fans are really charged up for Amy Clayton coming to the plate. Home runner last trip, bases loaded. And she swings, knocks it down the third base line, foul. In the dirt. Thinking about coming, but forced to retreat. Shaylyn Murphy safely back at second. Tiana Lachance at third. Judy LaFleur at first. And Amy Clayton in the batter's box. 1-1 the count. Hit hard, but pulled foul. 1-2. If you remember her last at-bat, they were pitching her low and she was swinging and fouling at him. Tennis Hall has to be careful here. That's hit hard to short. Tag is made on Shaylyn Murphy coming across.
Now batting for the Saints, the designated player, number 2,
But
Brusso.
Tiana Lachance comes in to score. Shaylyn Murphy is tagged out. Judy LaFleur moves over to second, and Amy Clayton ends up at first on the fielder's choice. Rising fastball to Julia Brusso. Ball one. Julia Brusso has been on base twice. Hits a looper right to shortstop. Nice catch.
Now batting for the Saints, the catcher, number 33, Emily Uskin.
And Julia Brusso goes down. Second out of the inning for the Saints. Emily Erskine, the catcher. Down at the knees, ball one. Still got runners at first and second. 2 out for the Saints. Emily Erskine pops one up to third base, down the third base line. No mistake, into the glove, and that'll wrap that up for the Saints. End of 3, 1-run scores. Brings the score to 8-0 in favor of the St. Clair College Saints. You're enjoying the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championship here on We Digital. We'll be right back. Park, there's a score sheet. The St. Clair Saints, 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 1 run in the third. And they lead the Conestoga Condors by a score of 8-0 as we start the 4th inning. And we've got a change in the lineup for the Conestoga Condors. Correction, no, we do not. Cassie Leader is on deck. But we have a pitching change for the St. Clair Saints. Allison Dufour's in the pitch for the Saints. Cassie Leader hits it down the first base line. Not fielded very well. And Cassie Leader is safe at first. Amy Clayton makes a really odd stretch, and you can see she's favoring her left knee, left thigh maybe. Ball gets away from her. She tries to keep her foot on the bag, but makes that odd stretch, and she's trying to walk it off. So Amy Clayton goes from pitcher to first, and Mckenna Ross now for the Condors. Takes the first pitch. Ball one. Hit down third. On the line. Shaylyn Murphy out to shag that one.
Now batting for the Condors, the center fielder number 11, Kennedy.
So McKenna Ross is now at first base. Cassie Leader driven over to second base. And the Condors have some life here in the fourth inning. No outs for Kennedy Schnarr. And she has runners at first and second. Goes after a high one, fouls it off. Strike one. Kennedy Schnarr is from Waterloo, Ontario, her first year with the Condors. Looking to get her team on the board with one swing of the bat. Takes outside. Pass ball. Goes down the third base line. Runners do not advance. 1-2 the count on Kennedy Schnarr. Pitch low. Ball two. Quick throw to third. They got the runner caught in a pickle. Shaylyn Murphy tries to make the tag at third. Tries to make the second tag at third. But Cassie Leader is just too quick. So you see here in the replay. Good throw to third. Doubling her up. But the pickle doesn't work. And she goes again, testing Shaylyn Murphy. And Shaylyn makes the double back.
Now batting for the Condors, the designated player number 10, Alexis Volkmar.
Alexis Volkmar from Burlington, Ontario, steps into the batter's box for the Condors. One out. Runners at second and third. Foul back to the screen. 1-1. Hard hit down the line. Ball pulled foul. 1-2. We're in the top of the fourth, and the Condors have yet to score a run. They've got to get something going here quickly, or their hopes for advancement may be dashed, as the St. Clair Saints are powering themselves. Well hit into left field. Ball thrown into the catcher. That scores Cassie Leader from third base.
Now batting for the Condors, the left fielder, number 16.
And Alexis Volkmar with a good hit. Is standing on second base. Mckenna Ross at third. Emily Brooks to the plate from Hillsburg, Ontario in her second year. Good pitch, swung and miss. Same pitch, same swing, same result. Strike two. High and away, and Brooks lays off. 1-2 the count. But the Condors are on the score sheet here in the fourth inning, looking to add to that number. Hit hard. Foul ball. Way right of right field. I think it bounced off the roof of a gray Dodge Ram in the parking lot. Not quite sure about that. We'll have to get a report on that. And Emily Erskine is sure having her difficulties today. One in the chest, one in the nether regions, and she's feeling the pain. Well, the statistician reported that no, it did not bounce off a gray Dodge Ram, so whoever owns that gray Dodge Ram is safe. In the dirt, 3-2. Emily Brooks swings, gobbled up by third base. Quick throw to first base, and out at first. But the Condors get another base runner across the plate. Nice throw, and you see Amy Clayton making the stretch. Maddie Hammer now. She's in for Marin Delaney. Her first trip to the plate in 10 games. She's 0 for 5. Zeros across the board. Quickly behind. Swing and a miss, and that's a K for Allison Dufour. But not before another run scores, so Cassie leader Mckenna Ross add to the score sheet of the Conestoga Condors. We're in the middle of 4. Heading to the bottom, the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. The St. Clair Saints lead the Conestoga Condors by a score of 8-2. Couple of substitutions early in the game, but pitching change. And new third baseman for the Condors. And we trudge on as the St. Clair Saints come to bat. You see the warm-up throws out in the field there for the Condors. Paige Allman on deck. This is Game 4 of the OCAA Women's Softball Championships. Game 5 and 6 later on today.
Leading off the inning for your St. Clair Saints, the right fielder, number 16, Paige Allman.
So Tanis Hall and Sierra Sheehy remain 1 and 2. As they go to work, Paige Allman steps in. Pitch down the middle, hit hard, high to right field, and that's gobbled up.
Now batting for the Saints, the third baseman, number 12, Raya Cowan.
And you see the right fielder just camping under the ball. Lots of time to make that catch. Raya Cowan now for the Saints. Takes the first pitch low. In the dirt. 2-0. Bottom of 4. Saints are up by 6. 1 out. Raya Cowan, swing of the bat, down the third base line, but pulled foul. Two and 1. Hard hit. Into left field, over the fence, ground rule double.
Batting for the Saints, the second baseman, number 3, Sarah Valenga.
So Raya Cowan with a ground rule double puts her team in good position to add to their score as Sarah Valenga comes up. 1 out, runner at second. Looking for a rising fastball. Valenga's not biting. Ball 1. Popped up to second base. Short calls off. Short comes up with the play.
Now batting for the Saints, the left fielder, number 5, Tiana
And Sarah Valenga goes down. See first base indicating the ball's hit high in the air. And you see a little sorry come out of the mouth of Cassie Leader. Swing and a miss by Tiana Lachance. Strike 1. Raya Cowan still on second base, courtesy of that ground rule double. Tiana Lachance, 2 for 2 with 2 runs and a stolen base in today's game. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Gets one back, 1-2. On a high pitch. Hit into center field. That should score Raya Cowan.
Now batting for the Saints, the shortstop, number 3,
Raya Cowan holds up at third base.
Murphy.
Hard hit to center. So runners at the corners. That ball was hit hard, and Raya Cowan may not have had the chance to get to home plate. Good call on the third base coach to hold her up. Shaylyn Murphy in the dirt. And Tiana Lachance remains at first. Shaylyn Murphy, 2 runs scored in today's game. Two and 0. Tanis Hall probably isn't going to give her much to hit. But they don't want to put her on the base paths for free either. As Rookie of the Year, her base running skills are better than most. Down the middle, hit hard. Another ground rule double. This one off the bat of Shaylyn Murphy. You can see good swing, good level swing, hit hard into left field. And hands are up, ground rule double, Shaylyn Murphy. Continues to perform at the plate. That scores Raya Cowan from third. Tiana Lachance now occupies her spot on third, as Shaylyn Murphy occupies second base. Oh and 1 to LaFleur. Swing and a miss. One and 2 the count. Bottom of 4, 2 out. That's hit hard, but right into the glove at second base, and that'll retire the side as Judy LaFleur. But the Saints score one more run. Leave 2 runners on base, Shaylyn Murphy and Tiana Lachance. That's the end of the 4th inning. The 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. The St. Clair Saints lead the Conestoga Condors by 7. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sports Park here in Windsor, Ontario, on the campus of St. Clair College. 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships, Game 4. We're in the 5th inning. And a quick pitch to Tanis Hall results in an out, put out at first base. Good shot of the football stadium here, part of the sports park, where the St. Clair Fratmen play. Ashlyn pitcher. Swing, foul back. Oh and 1. In the dirt. And they've got the Thunder Sticks out, as you can see. Hard hit into the dugout of the Condors. Foul ball. The Saints fans are enjoying their team's lead. 9-2 over the Condors. Foul back off the screen. Still 1-2. Goes after a high one. Fouls it back. Big smile on the face of Ashlyn Pitcher as Allison Dufour sets. In the dirt, 2-2. Off the handle. Pitching her tight. But Ashlyn Pitcher is holding her own in the batter's box. Fouling off the bad ones, waiting for the good one. Rising fastball. Too high. Full count. Swung on, hit hard. Hard enough to make it into the glove in right field. And Paige Allman pulls that one down. As the charge music plays here on the diamond. Men's baseball, the OCAA championships in Kinsman Stadium, Oshawa. The Saints lead the Lords by a score of 1-0. That game's in the bottom of the first. So Ashlyn Pitcher was the second statistic here in the fifth. And Jessie McClellan in. We got Mackenzie Mixon in for Jessie McClellan. Mackenzie Mixon in 11 games is 2 for 12, batting 167. And she strikes out. So that wraps up the fifth inning for the Conestoga Condors with a big strikeout by Mackenzie Mixon. Not fielded cleanly by the catcher, but quick throw down to first seals the deal for the St. Clair Saints as they lead the Condors by a score of 9-2. We're heading to the bottom of 5 here at the St. Clair College Sports Park. You're enjoying the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. This is Game 4 between the St. Clair Saints and the Conestoga Condors. Game 5 and 6 yet to be played later on today. And then the hardware games are set for tomorrow. Bronze medal, gold medal games are on the docket. And you can only catch them here on We Digital. You see the St. Clair Saints dancing in their dugout. They're pleased with their performance thus far. The day has turned into an absolutely perfect day. Slightly overcast. Temperature is comfortable. Amy Clayton's had a home run in the game so far, and she steps in to start their side of the fifth inning. In the dirt. Ball one. Amy Clayton so far in this game 1 for 2 with a home run, 4 RBIs, out on a fielder's choice, and obviously scored a run. In the dirt, 2-1. Hit hard down third base line. Quickly over to first base. And
Now batting for the Saints, the designated player, number 2, Julia Brusso.
you see the hard shot, one hop into the glove at third base. Nice throw. Tagged the bag. And Amy Clayton is out. Julia Brusso. Hard down third base. Gets through out into left field. And she's left standing comfortably at first.
Now batting for the Saints, number 50, Shaylyn Murphy.
Jacqueline Uchin comes in for the Saints. In 12 games, she's 15 for 35, 429 batting average, and 16 RBIs.
You got it? 15 in, 33 out.
Uchin takes one low. Ball one. So Uchin's in for Emily Erskine. Hit hard at third.
Now batting for the Saints, the right fielder, number 30, Paige Allman.
Bobble by the shortstop. And Julia Brusso safely at second. Jacqueline Uchin with the base hit. Bottom of 5, one out. Runners at first and second. Paige Allman. Pops one up. Center field's calling for it. In the glove.
Now batting for the Saints, the third baseman, number 12, Raya Cowan.
Raya Cowan comes up. She had a double her last trip to the plate. Scored a run. As you see Kennedy Schnarr there on the replay. Raya Cowan's taking the first one. 0-1. Well hit. Just foul. Strike two. In the dirt off the mask of Sierra Sheehy, and that'll advance the runners one base each. So that puts Julia Brusso at third, Jacqueline Uchin comfortably at second base. And Raya Cowan swinging. One and two. popped up. Straightaway center field. And that retires the side for the St. Clair Saints. And a good swing by Raya Cowan. But just a little too high to make the distance to clear center field fence. And we're at the end of 5, the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships on We Digital. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sports Park in the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. We're getting ready to start the 6th inning, and the St. Clair Saints have a comfortable lead over the Conestoga Condors, 9-2, the scoreboard tells us. Allison Dufour is pitching for the Saints. We have a new catcher, Jacqueline Uchin, in to relieve Emily Erskine. As you see, Jacqueline Uchin field a couple of balls there to get herself comfortable.
Putting off the inning for the Conestoga Condors, the shortstop number 5, Cassie Leader.
Back to the top of the order for the Conestoga Condors. Cassie Leader steps in, takes the first pitch high from Allison Dufour. Cassie Leader hails from Kitchener, Ontario. 2-0's the count. Inside pitch, almost connects. 3-0. Fakes bunt, pulls back, in for a strike, 3-1. Short hit to second base, flip over to first, and Cassie Leader is out.
Now batting for the Condors, the right fielder number 3, Mckenna Ross.
McKenna Ross steps in 1 for 2 in this game, scored a run. Time is called. Throwing a couple warm-up pitches while McKenna Ross is out of the box. In for a ball. 2-0. Tried to get the top corner unsuccessfully. 3-0. 4 straight pitches, and she's on first base.
Now batting for the Condors, the center fielder number 11, Kennedy Schnarr.
So the Condors bring Kennedy Schnarr to the plate. She's yet to be on base. Hits one down the right field line, goes foul. One and one. Outside pitch. 2-1. Nice cut at a good pitch. 2-2. Tap just foul. Pop up over to left field. And that's gobbled up by Tiana Lachance. Alexis Volkmar steps in for the Condors. 2 outs, runner on first. Takes one down at the knees. Ball 1. Rising fastball, she's swinging. Fouled back. So far this game, Volkmar 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI for the Condors. She doubled in the 4th inning. Hard hit down the third base line. Just foul. One and two. Up and away, fouled off. And Allison Dufour is in a very comfortable position. Top of the 6th, her team's up by 7. And she thought she had that one, so did the crowd. Lots of oohs and ahs. But it was called outside. 2 and 2. On the handle, short pop-up, right back to Allison Dufour, and she gobbles it up. And that retires the side for the Condors. Off the handle, as you can see, and Allison Dufour is patiently waiting for that ball to drop in her glove. We're in the middle of 6. The St. Clair Saints lead the Conestoga Condors by a score of 9-2. Well, the clock is ticking down on the Condors' chances to advance against these powerful 17-1 St. Clair Saints in the regular season. Full of all-stars, and lots of smiles as the St. Clair Saints do what they've done all year long, lead baseball games. So there you have a shot of the Condors getting their fielders warmed up. We've got an update on the men's baseball, the OCAA championships at Kinsman Stadium in Oshawa, Ontario. The Saints now lead the Durham Lords by a score of 2-0, and that game's in the bottom of the second inning. So let's go Saints in Oshawa.
Leading off for your St. Clair Saints, the second baseman, number 3, Sarah Valenga.
So Tanis Hall stays in as the pitcher for the Condors. Sierra Sheehy is catching. And Sarah Valenga steps in the batter's box once again for the St. Clair Saints. Hits the first pitch right into the left fielder's glove. Well hit, but it was a shot.
Tiana Lachance.
Tiana Lachance has scored 2 runs today. Been on base 3 times. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. In the dirt. Three for 3, 2 runs, and a stolen base for Tiana Lachance today. Having a great game offensively. High fastball. Into left field.
Shortstop, number 28, Shaylyn
And
Murphy.
Tiana Lachance continues the barrage of the Conestoga Condors. Shaylyn Murphy. Similar offensive story. Foul ball. Couldn't come down with it. A little frustrated. Kick of the hat. As the shortstop makes her way over to the fence, but just off the heel of the glove. Excellent effort. But I'm sure she would like to have had that. And there's Shaylyn Murphy's numbers. 2 runs, stolen base, double, RBI. Hit hard out into left field.
Now, batting for the Saints, the center fielder, number 18, Judy Clair.
So runners at first and second for the Saints to start the 6th inning. 1 out. And Judy LaFleur steps in. She takes the first pitch for a strike. Up the middle. Second base. In time.
For the Saints, number 14, Amy.
But she does her job. She drives the runners around. Shaylyn Murphy's at second. Tiana Lachance is at third. And Judy LaFleur. Amy Clayton. 2 runners on. Hit hard, straightaway center field, into the glove. And that wraps up the inning for 6 for the St. Clair Saints. 2 runners left on. No advancement of score. The Saints lead the Condors by a score of 9-2. 7th inning coming up here at the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sports Park here in the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships, where the St. Clair Saints head into the 7th inning with a comfortable lead over the Conestoga Condors. If the Condors can't get something going here rather quickly, their hopes of moving along will be dashed. And the St. Clair Saints, defensively, are trying to make exactly that happen. As they warm up in the outfield, getting those arms ready. You see the fans? So Allison Dufour stays in to pitch the 7th inning. Mackenzie Mixon. Fouls off the screen.
Correction, that is the left fielder number 16, Emily Brooks.
One and one the count to Emily Brooks. Fouls that one back. 1 and 2. As the Thunder Six go behind Emily Brooks. Rising fastball that just kept rising. 2 and 2. And Emily Brooks goes down swinging for the first statistic of the 7th inning.
Number 4, Maddie Hammer.
So Maddie Hammer steps in, second batter of the 7th inning for the Condors. Looking to put the bat on the ball, drive it into the outfield. Strike one. Strike two on Maddie Hammer. Allison Dufour is smiling, as is Maddie Hammer. Inside fastball, swing and a miss. Strike three. As the St. Clair Saints indicate, 2 down, top of the 7th. So the Condors pitcher steps into the batter's box. Third batter in the box this inning. From Kitchener, Ontario. Off the handle, over to Shaylyn Murphy. Quick throw over to first. And that does it. That retires them. No need for the Saints to come to the batter's box here in the 7th inning. That's a final. St. Clair Saints over the Conestoga Condors with a score of 9-2. You've been enjoying the 2021 OCAA Women's Softball Championships. This is Game 4. So coming up next on We Digital at 4 o'clock is the Humber Hawks and the Conestoga Condors right here at the St. Clair College Sports Park. My name is Mark Knight, and I'm going to bid you goodbye. We're going to let Justin Prince take over for the rest of the tournament. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you again.